I don't know about you, but I still haven't met anybody who knows the meaning of life. However, I have met a small circle of folks who sure know how to enjoy the hell out of it. And I think it's pretty important to surround yourself with those types of people, with that positive energy. My buddy Caleb, he has it. He's an eclectic dude who bleeds passion into everything he touches. And that is infectious. Caleb and I randomly crossed paths on Instagram over a mutual addiction to trout fishing, and quickly realized our roots connected even deeper in our love for hunting and wild game cooking. We've been good friends ever since. But we were long overdue to join each other for a hunting camp. So when the pieces started falling together for this deer camp in Oklahoma, I knew it was the perfect chance to get together, break bread, and also share the story behind Caleb's unlikely path into becoming a hunter. Todd Rogers is a legendary outfitter. I'd turkey hunted with him a couple times in years past, but I'd always wanted to return to his outfit and go after deer. Western Oklahoma provides the ideal landscape for whitetails to thrive. Aside from the gaudy scars of oil fields and windmills, this is desolate country. It's broken terrain, littered with brushy draws and the rare green field, and it's chock full of whitetails.
We'll mark where you need to park and where the blinds are at.
Okay.
That'll work.
Okay, yep. A quick tour with Todd to get a lay of the land, some mapping in HuntStand, and we were ready to get cut loose for an unforgettable week of deer hunting.
But in the evening, you can come back and hunt that with Northwestern because everything's going to be bedded back in here, headed that way.
This is the type of place where you're going to see a lot of deer, which is half the fun. But it's also the kind of place where you have an above average chance of knocking down a damn nice buck. Especially if you're toting a rifle.
We were supposed to start hunting tomorrow, but we got here early, so we're starting this evening. Beautiful evening, probably about low 50s, gonna get down in the low 30s. I guess the deer have been moving pretty good around here, so we're just getting started, but it's gonna be a good week regardless. Seeing a nice buck on a bonus evening. Right.
Do we want to take it in there and serve it up, or
Yeah.
you guys want to eat here, or what do you guys feel like?
Let's go in there. Is it warm in there already?
Is it? Yeah, here, tear up some bread too.
We got spot number 2 over here, but there's 2 spots within that spot. All right. So really, in total, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots to sit. So this one sets up really well for tomorrow's wind. Because we got...
And then what's the direction? So you're saying to hunt this draw right here?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you basically be able to hunt.
Yeah. So I'm Caleb Condit. I do a little bit of wild game recipe work for HuntStand, and we're here in Oklahoma, box blind, looking over this amazing draw, waiting for some whitetails to show their faces. This part of the country is super cool. I live in Kansas City right now, and showing up here, it was like seeing all the mesas and the brush and the pines and stuff everywhere was amazing. And I mean, I've been here before, but it just feels different when you have a tag in your pocket. Josh and I met probably 4 years ago. Met through Instagram. He saw some trout fishing pictures that I had taken, and we ended up getting to know each other and had a long conversation. I was just getting into hunting, and he was actually somebody who really helped me kind of figure some stuff out and really encouraged me. So it's kind of cool, like when you don't have family who help you out, help you figure things out, to have some friends who can really like show you the way. But Josh is over in another blind with Will on there, another draw, and I think we're probably going to be out here most of the day.
Last night was kind of a bonus, but we did actually see that deer last night, so we think he's a resident. He came in after shooting light last night, and he left right at the beginning of shooting light this morning. So he's probably going to stick around, I would imagine. I think he probably lives in that timber back there. This is probably his core area right now. And if we want to run into him again, maybe we will. But beautiful buck. And I don't know, I just haven't spent enough time out here yet to really feel comfortable about pulling the trigger. Always could be a mistake in the end. The whole thing about don't pass on the first day what you chewed on the last definitely has some truth to it. But bottom line is, I want to spend some more time out here, see what I can see.
Anytime you get to watch a sunrise and then a sunset and just have nothing to do but just watch the world come alive, is a good day.
It was hard not to take a shot at that 2.5-year-old because his antlers, I'm not joking, they were just super long. Everything there is, it's a good wind for where we were just hunting. Yeah, it's like where they're walking across.
The first morning hunt just solidified the quality of the deer hunting out here. Caleb and I were both content with being patient and holding out for hopeful encounters with mature bucks. If nothing else, we just wanted an excuse to prolong this experience. But that didn't mean either of us would hesitate to capitalize on a good opportunity.
I'm on him.
Looks like it went down. Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. I was just texting Josh about a buck I passed on this morning. It's the first day, so I passed on a couple things, and then I said that I felt maybe a little regret because I saw it kind of up close and it was maybe bigger in hindsight than I thought, but whatever. I put my phone down, I look up, and I just see exactly where I saw the bucks kind of going in this morning. And a shooter just like walks out. It was just on a mission, so it's obviously chasing. Gets to a spot where I can see its whole body finally, and if it takes another step further, I won't be able to take a shot. And it looks up towards where the siren that's happening right now is going off, I think. I don't know, but it paused just long enough for me to settle and just get a nice shot off. There's another one. Dude, another shooter buck. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because it was like he kind of cut this way, right? Freaking sound, man. Line, as I feel like, between there. I think I straight missed him. Yeah. Looking at the footage again, it just doesn't look like I hit him. There's zero blood. We went to the exact tree where he was hit, if he was hit, and there was zero blood. And just at first I thought he, in my mind, went and flopped, but then we looked at the footage a few more times and he clearly just runs down the path. 100%. So we're gonna look at the footage, put it on the laptop. So, dude, hope I clean missed it. All right, I'm gonna run back to camp before the sun goes down. Because I'm not even 100% sure I hit him at this point. We'll shoot one more. We'll see. Look at the footage on the laptop and go from there. You'd think you'd get a deer for this many. It looked like a clean miss to me when I saw the footage slow, but...
Well, let's look at it with
Open
a
up that computer
fine-tooth
of
comb.
yours.
yeah, just look at it.
Oh, you are shooting a 308.
Yeah.
His reaction was super delayed too.
Yeah. Like, now the gunshot's over and he's still like just...
Jumps in without a kick. There's no kick either.
Right. That's when I felt weird, when I saw there was no kick, but then I saw him, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but...
When you miss with a rifle, it's like you're literally like,
Yeah.
it feels preposterous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially when you can't diagnose what happened,
Exactly the
it's
moment.
torment.
Yeah. A couple things that like I immediately went to was like, I have a shot sequence and I didn't think through all those in the moment necessarily like I'm used to doing.
Well,
And
yeah.
that is the biggest buck that I've seen with my rifle. Also, you know, this is good old-fashioned buck fever, man.
Dude, him rolling in out of the blue, like us just getting done messaging each other, like kind of like saying there's not a whole lot going on,
You know?
and then all of a sudden he comes rolling in, your first time with a camera on you,
Yeah.
Chinese fire drill in the blind.
He can't get on the deer.
He can't get on the deer with the lens.
for like the first 15 seconds.
Communicating where he is, like,
No.
yeah, it's plenty of reasons to completely come unglued.
Yep.
First day, buddy. Knocking some dust off.
This has been fun.
You had to just shoot the dust off real quick.
Yeah, hope that's all it was. After you have a burger this way, it's kind of hard to go back. I'm not gonna lie. If you freeze them first this way, what's that place in Minneapolis? Mark's or some dude's name.
Yep.
We went there once, and I saw all the patties were frozen when they went on the.
Really?
So these, like, I was really excited when I went in the cooler, and these are like kind of half frozen.
The dreaded miss. Hunt long enough, and it's inevitable. Pull some hair out, beat yourself up a bit, but chalk it up as a learning experience, and then get back on the saddle.
We're back into the same spot. Yesterday, after we looked over and over the footage, that buck was a clean miss. I mean, it felt like a great shot, but there, in between where the buck was and where I am, there's a tree, and that more than likely looks like I hit a branch. So when the buck ran away, it kind of like ran downhill. We saw this when we went over there, like on the trail itself, it goes down. So, you know, that buck running away and going down, you know, it gives you that good feeling like, yeah, that deer is dead. But absolutely wasn't. We searched and searched. There was no sign of hair or blood. He was right next to a really obvious tree, so it was kind of actually in a weird sort of way kind of comforting to know that, you know, he's out there. So kind of hoping actually he comes back with the amount of bucks that we saw last night. I mean, down by that creek bottom that we went into, there's got to be hot doe in there somewhere. So we're kind of hoping, you know, they do the same thing that they did yesterday. shit. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, he's dead. This feels great. So he just like walked out and milling in the grass, and as soon as I got a good broadside on him, how many yards is this? This is like 60? Wow. That makes me really happy. Decent buck too. I don't think we saw that guy yesterday. Wow. All right, well, should I call Josh? Well, I threw a rock at a deer and he fell over. No, I killed the deer. 50 yards, buck, just walked up by the feeder where we hadn't been seeing anything. Just all of a sudden popped up. No black powder smoke and no branches in the way.
Heck yeah, man.
So, yeah.
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 You saw him go down?
Oh yeah, I can see him laying there. Like right in front of us. And it's 50 yards away. He's 50 yards away at the edge of the, like, I'm thankful. I thought he was going to fall down the freaking gorge, but he just laid down right on the edge.
You guys do your thing and freaking enjoy it, man.
Oh well, sounds good. Good luck.
All right.
All
See ya.
right, later. Look at the size of this thing. Solid 8. I don't think so. What's up, guys?
Oh, we'll go for it.
Hell yeah. This is all full of bark. It's all fallen out now, but this was all bark.
Is that that 8 I saw yesterday?
I think so.
Dude, that is a sweet.
I think so, and it has this weird curve compared to this one, so that'll help us identify when we look at the footage from yesterday.
Nice luck, man.
Yeah.
Well, for all the listeners out there, if y'all can't tell, we have started a podcast live here in Oklahoma with boss man Josh Dalkey and guest Caleb Condit, and let's talk about what went down this week.
You need to bring us starting in Chicago and what you had going on at that time, and
Sure.
like give the lowdown on that, because that's
Yeah.
a huge part of the reason why we're here is to share that story, because it's really cool.
You know, I'm living big city life.
Yeah.
I've got a really great group of friends, tons of friends. And so I had that experience. I go to college. The meat is verifiably like disgusting. So
It's mystery meat.
it's mystery meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's like steamed chicken breasts and stuff. And my mom was an incredible cook, so I was like, I can't eat this stuff. Not really intentionally becoming a vegetarian, but just like not really. I got kind of more into it because more people are talking about the ethics of food. And when I was living in Chicago, I had some friends who, you know, were like really, really into the whole thing. And so I was like, I'll give it a shot again. And it was fine for a bit, but man, I just didn't feel as good, you know. It kind of started with me catching a trout. We just had these conversations about like how meaningful that was, right? Being a part of the process of our own food. We got the idea to butcher a couple of lambs because the neighbors had some. So they helped us butcher, and you know, it was an eye-opening experience before I know it, like, I'm foraging a bunch, found my first puffballs, oyster mushrooms, you know, all this stuff's kind of building where I'm eating fish, starting to forage, and I start to see hunters that, like, maybe share my ethics.
Yeah.
I started seeing people who, like, reminded me of people that I grew up with. And people who kind of had a similar perspective, and I was like, this is super cool. Like, this person and I maybe would never meet and become best friends, but if we started talking about this stuff, we'd have a connection over the food. And I shot a bow and instantly was just like, this is amazing. I felt like I was burnt out, and I was trying to be more intentional about my life so I could be happy. You know, being not just like going with the flow so long without like really interjecting to like take control of my life.
Damn.
I'll do this last one. I like cooking for people, man.
So we are halfway through the hunt, and just gonna break down Caleb's buck here. We're fortunate to have some pretty cool temperatures right now, so we were able to just hang the buck up here on this HME hoist and let him cool overnight. But just gonna get the skin off him, get him quartered, get him in the cooler, and then about that time it'll be ready for me to get back out in the stand for the evening and see if I can knock one down myself. We are 3 days in now, and just decided to go back here to where Caleb killed his deer because there's been a lot of action over here. These guys have seen several shooter bucks, and it seems like it's just been a consistent flow of action. So just in broad daylight, definitely some serious post-rut activity still going on here. That deer was drooling from his mouth. I could see the drool coming out. Just wild.
This is one of the oldest traditions known to humans. It's like, this isn't a tradition that's limited to one sliver of humanity. It's like all of humanity advanced with hunting. And a bunch of cool dogs.
Like it is. So the food thing that you just briefly touched on.
Sure.
Obviously, you do the vast majority of the wild game recipes for HuntStand.
The wild game cooking, I mean, for me, it became one of these things where I wanted to share the experience with other people. I was like, I need to do this more. You know, I need to share this meal because people were really curious about me hunting too. So it was a good moment for people to ask me what that felt like.
This hunt was unfolding like a dream. Lots of close calls, success for Caleb, plenty of time to enjoy camp and make meat, and now Caleb and I would get to join each other in the field as I looked for a buck of my own.
Just popped up this muddy ground blind out in the wide open, which is always a gamble. In my experience, usually western deer, for whatever reason, put up with something like that a little bit better than midwestern or eastern deer.
I saw a buck bed down with a doe and just slowly crept up on him. And once I got I was trying to find a shooting lane through some grass. I put my knee down and cracked a twig, and that buck took off. And, you know, since I learned everything from YouTube, I had seen people pretending to be a deer when they spook something. So I blew at the deer, and he blew back at me, and we went back and forth 5 or 6 times. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, you know, you're interacting with nature in this way where you've now I had fooled a deer. And it was just, I'm just imitating hunting shows, you know, like I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't have anybody who showed me any of this stuff. So, and then I noticed these antlers kind of like thrashing around. And so I creep through this grass towards those antlers, and it's not that deer. It's another deer stuck in these branches upside down. I can't even shoot the deer because his sternum's facing right at me. So I have to wait for the deer to stand up. He rolls over, stands up, and I get a shot, and arrow goes right through him out on the edge of this ridge and lays down. And, you know, I obviously should have just backed out at this point, but knowing what I know now, knowing that the arrow went through all these things, I should have just let him be. But I just kind of stay in place. I kind of watch him, and I kind of creep up. He does the same thing, just keeps ducking because that hurt arm, and ducking the string and trying to take off. And then he rolls down this hill in this ravine, and I waited another half hour, and this is probably long enough. And, you know, yeah, that first deer, man, I shared it with...
Deer in the corner. Buck. In the exact corner, he's on a licking branch behind some trees.
Oh, there he is. That's a shooter, man.
There's another one back behind him.
Look how wide.
I need to get my gun. Get on him, do it. Here, on the deer. You see him coming out of the corner?
Yeah.
All right.
I bet that's 200 solid. Just wait.
Right down.
Look at it. Dude. What? And that deer is not just any deer. That's not like settling for whatever, because it's day 4. This is like...
What you gearing up to go out to that blind?
Yeah.
Why don't you just come here instead, and we'll wait to go recover my mature buck?
Yeah, for real.
You think we'd be yelling and screaming out here right now like this?
Send me a picture or a screenshot of Logan's thing. I want to see it. But like seriously, come y'all's way.
Yeah.
We will not walk over to the deer till you're here.
Hot diggity dog. I'll be there in a little bit.
See ya. So you guys visually see empty. Cool.
I guess it was your bad luck charm, but the plan.
Sometimes you just gotta mix it up. Look at how sick that blind looks out there.
It's about what, like a 200 yard shot?
Yeah. 220.
Almost exactly.
You just put the square crosshair right on it?
As he was walking.
Dropped?
Like, I saw it there, but no way.
Jeez. Wow.
Oh my gosh. What? And the fighting time, man. Look at that dude. Look at that. Yeah, it's what you need on steaks. There's salt and sugar. I mean, this is basically adobo right here. With like the oil and all the chilies and stuff. Oh yeah, there's some raw meat on the inside of these guys. This is gonna be just so sick.
You don't have to just identify as a hunter, but if you take it seriously and it's a big part of your life, then like it is, man, it's like the best common bond you can have. And whatever else you do with the rest of your time, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What other views you have on different things and all that, doesn't matter. Not when you're out here in a tent going after deer and enjoying good food. And I mean, that's it. That's the common bond. that everybody can share. So that's what it was for me.
Just want to thank you for making the time to come out here, man, and hanging out with us and shooting the deer. And ultimately, you know, we're about to boogie out of camp here in a little while, but just wrapping it up with the podcast, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me and everyone just being super chill. Like, I instantly felt welcome with you know, and that's always the thing that, you know, matters the most.
Absolutely.